Hello, everyone. My name is Ali Baluch. My co-host Asif Ali is not here. He is in Fiji filming season 2 of Wrecked. He's one of the main actors on the show, main characters. So he's gone till like May 15th. And then my producer, Sumair Khan, I don't know where he is. I don't know why everyone just like left me this past week to film these interviews and whatever. Regardless, if this is your first time watching or listening, welcome to the apartment. If you're a recurring subscriber, welcome back, man. We're sorry that we left you guys for a month. And I have an explanation, a good explanation of why we went on hiatus. And for those of you who are new, welcome. This is the apartment. It's in this case, my chance to sit with our favorite creators, influencers, musicians, athletes. We're getting to an athlete soon. Comedians and et cetera, et cetera. Just, we sit with them, we talk to them, we figure out their past, their journey, their inspirations, their obstacles of getting to where they are now. And this week we have 4yall Entertainment. These guys are really cool. I'll dive into that in a second. So we took a break. So last time we filmed 2 back-to-back, back in like early to mid January. It was Meech on Mars, and we did Katie Dawn as well. We did them in one day back in January, and we released them sometime in like February. And for me personally, at that time, I was taking on like 20 projects every day. So I'm a producer at MTV. I'd come home like 7 p.m. and then I would have like 8 things to edit. And then on the weekends, I had like 20 things to film, including the podcast. And then I had my short film. And then I had this and I had that. So right when I got to January, I was like, I'm going to finish everything. I'm going to like clean slate. And I won't leave any projects done or lingering. And right when I finished at the end of January, I was like, I'm taking all of February just to chill. I'm just going to go to work, come home, and just catch up on like a crap ton of movies that I haven't watched. And so that's what I did all of February. It was just like a chill month for me. And now that the beginning of March has come around, we filmed our first podcast. And I feel like this is kind of like season 2 of The Apartment, So we did about like 21 episodes, season 1 from like July, or like, was it like, mid to late July till now. We did 20 episodes, man. And I didn't think we'd get this far deep. And now we're going to focus on our next 20. And I have the guests lined up. I don't know if we'll have something next week because I'm flying to DC. Our season 9 of Ridiculousness of the show I work on has ended. So season 9 ended. We're premiering the episodes every Friday, new episode. Check it out, support me, make sure I have another job. But we did get renewed for season 10. So and now that we have a little break between season 9 and season 10, I'm off for a week, and I will be flying to DC to go home for a bit. And on my trip to DC, I hit up like some people. I was like, it'd be great to interview these people, a congressman and this other journalist, and both contact people for the guest have just been ignoring me. So what the fuck, yo? Hit me back up. Respond to my texts. Respond to my emails. Anyway, so I was planning for that to be next week, but clearly it looks like I might not have any guests. But we'll definitely get back into the role of things. So expect a new podcast either every week or every other week. But anyway, before we get into this episode, I just want to clarify and just go over like why we've just kind of been MIA. Sorry if I ramble on for too long, and sorry if you're new and you're like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to get to the guest. Or you'll get that in a second. But yeah, stay on top of things. Check the links of social media where I'll be posting updates on my Twitter at baluchx. It's right here on the bottom. And you know what? We've never plugged our I mean, we have, but like it's been so long. Our Facebook fan page, like page, whatever. I need to get back on that. I was like kind of running it, and I just wasn't on top of it. So our Facebook will be back up. It's APT Apartment or Apartment Podcast, whatever. All the links for like my Twitter, Facebook, and all that crap will be in the bottom. We also have a Patreon where we upload deleted scenes. We have a lot of interviews like that kind of run for too long, and we chop some things up to keep these interviews super tight. And so like you don't, because whenever I listen to different podcasts, there's just so much fluff and just like banter that just is about nonsense, and it makes the listener lose interest of the discussion. So I try to like pull out anything that's just like has nothing to do with the discussion. If it's just like small talk type, so I try to pull that out, and we throw that in the deleted scene. So if you do want to see them, we have them, and it's $1 a month to pledge to the Patreon. And also, I never realized the importance of iTunes. So this podcast is available on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on Stitcher for Android users such as myself, and we're on YouTube. So it's funny, a lot of people watch or like listen to us on iTunes or SoundCloud, and then they are not aware that video of the interview exists. So we have the entire interview on YouTube, and we have the entire interview. So if you're watching like the first 10 minutes and you're like, oh, I got to go somewhere, you can listen to us in the car. So you can continue the conversation in the car on your drive or on your walk to school or whatever. I personally try not to listen to too much music in the car, just because LA traffic, frustration. So I try to listen to podcasts on my drive. But iTunes, review, give us like the 5 stars, and then leave like a cool comment. Be like, hey, this podcast is dope. And then please, I'm begging you, leave some hate comments in our YouTube videos. Just flood it with hate. Let us know how much you hate Asif. Let us know how much you don't want Asif to come back. I want him to get the message. Don't come back, Asif. Stay in Fiji. And anyway, these guys are really dope. 4y'all Entertainment. I was really happy that they came by. I'm big supporter of their stuff. And surprisingly, I didn't know that they used to watch they watched some of our stuff. And it's always exciting when other creators are like, oh yeah, I watched that. I actually just had lunch with this guy that I want to bring on, this professor, and he was like, yeah, I watched some of your interviews. And I was like, anyways, I feel like this went on for like 10 minutes. I don't care. I feel like everyone deserved an explanation as to why we were gone and what's coming up in the future. So I kind of guess this like replaces the midweek content, because I am going on another week vacation to DC. Then I'm going to spend some time in Tennessee, and I'm going to come back. And at the end of the month, I'm going to Orlando or Gainesville or somewhere for Mist in Florida. And then we're planning something right now in New York for next month, maybe a live podcast. Maybe we're in the planning process. Hopefully my producer, he doesn't listen, so I can trash him all I want. Maybe if our producer checked his emails and responded to me, could finalize things for New York so we can do a live podcast for you guys in New York. Anyway, I'm done. This is what happens when I'm left alone in an apartment with a camera and a mic. I don't know when to stop. I don't have a producer standing behind the camera telling me to wrap it up. I don't even know if this is in focus. I didn't even know that this interview, if you're watching this on YouTube, if I'm out of focus, I'm sorry. I was the only one in here. I had no one to check the focus. I had no one to set frame. I had to do it all by myself. So it was just me and these really cool guys that we had with us, Jay and Trey. They're really good guys. Anyways, enjoy this. How was the trip, you guys? How was the flight over? No issues at the airport?
Oh my God, no, not the airport, but on the airplane. I had no leg room. Mm-hmm. It was the worst thing. 5 hours straight, I was crammed in there. We're both trying to edit. We had videos to edit on the plane, and then we're both side by side trying to edit like this. We gotta take turns giving elbow space. It was rough.
Did you guys fly Spirit or?
Nah. Was it Delta?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Delta.
Do you guys have Spirit out there?
Nah, I've never heard of that.
Spirit is like the worst. Fuck you, Spirit.
They fucked you over? What's that?
They're like the quote unquote cheapest airline, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't allow you to recline. Like they charge you for a carry-on. So there'll be like super cheap fares, mm-hmm. but it's like, but we're gonna make you pay $20 to bring a carry-on. Spirit Airlines, and they won't your seats can't recline.
How much is the carry-on bag?
20, 25. Just for a fucking carry-on.
Oh, for a carry-on. Oh, shit. I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking.
So you can do a backpack. That's it. Uh-huh. Backpack's free. But if you have a little, carry-on bag, that's $20.
I mean, is it worth it though? Like, how cheap are the flights?
Sometimes, like every time I fly Spirit, I'm like, never again. I am never flying Spirit again.
That's why you keep doing it.
But then sometimes you're on a budget and you're just like, oh, $80 for like from here to somewhere, and I'm like, I'll suffer for like 3 hours.
You gotta make sacrifices, man.
And I'm like, I'll suffer for like 3 or 4 hours, but then you're on the flight. I'm just like, never again.
Yeah, exactly.
Never again.
That's like us when we're booking flights. Sometimes like you see like a good ass price, but like it's like 5 stops, and we're like, yo, oh my god, you want to just take care of that?
Yeah,
body just stops.
Okay, awesome. So I mean, let's just dive right into it. So today we have Trey and Jay Richards.
Also known as Jay Bitches. Also known as Leonardo the Light Skin. More recently, Leonardo the Do-Rag. I chopped my curls off and then.
Yeah, see that throws off a lot. Do people mix you up now? Do you guys get like?
Even when I had my hair, like people were mixing us a lot, so mixing us up a lot. So I know it's gonna get worse.
You don't get that, or
no? Like I didn't understand like how they mix us up because it's like he just has the curls. I don't.
Yeah, but now that it's gone, it's like.
I mean, my beard's strong and his is weak. So
I mean,
that could set us apart.
Don't take shots at the beard.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm like, self-conscious about the beard because I feel like yours is stronger than mine.
Yeah, no, it won't grow anymore though. Like it's just like this is where it's at. So like you know what I mean? The jokes are starting to hurt now. So
it's starting to get real.
Yeah.
Also, they're also known as 4y'all Entertainment. Now, did you guys ever? Okay, so when you guys kind of started, there was 4 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about how. If the 4 are still intact or if the 4, I don't know if you guys want to dive into it, but do you guys is the 4 still there?
Yeah, it's still 4 y'all.
Okay.
The 4 actually had nothing to do with the number of members in the group. It was actually 5 of us.
Okay.
It was our friend LeVar that we used to hang out with back in the day.
Yeah.
And then we were starting out, but then he started working a job and he started like hanging out with his cousins more. And he had like less time for us. And then when we first started, we're all about, okay, boom, every week we got to do this. So whenever he wasn't available, it would be frustrating. So we just continued as 4. And then as for the twins, we've been going for like 4 years with them.
Okay.
And then I mean, over the years we had our differences and small problems.
For sure.
And then,
it happens.
I mean, with the group, like it's always going to happen. No matter what. Even between us two, there's a lot of things we have to go through and a few problems we have to iron out. But it became a thing where it was the same problems coming up, and then we sit down, have a bunch of talks just to fix everything up. But then it came to a point where the twins weren't as passionate, or they told us that they weren't as passionate about the comedy like we were. And I mean, as a group, because we're such a big group, like shouts out to Dormtainment for rocking out for so long with 6 people, because with 4 people we couldn't get much done. Because
they're going strong. Yeah,
we're a pretty small channel compared to everyone else. And then because there's 4 of us, we missed out on a lot of opportunities. Yeah. So it was like, okay, there's 4 of you. I guess we can't fly all 4 of you out to an event. So just forget everyone. Like we're not going to bring any one of the 4 y'all guys out here. So it became a thing where it was like, if they weren't as passionate about it and we're missing out on that much opportunity, then it didn't really make sense. So we talked about it. We had to sit down and then we came to a mutual agreement that it should just be us 2 just rocking out and going with it. Yeah. But we let them know there's no problems with it. There's no problems between us and the twins. Like we still talk, we still keep in touch. Cool. Those are still the brothers, and we let them know anything that they want to do. We still got support for them.
Yeah, and I think it just came to a point where we're working for so long, and we just knew like. I don't know how, like, we knew everything about YouTube, but we knew, like, hey, you got to be consistent. You got to, like, just stay in everybody's faces. So I feel like we kept that mentality for so long that we never really stopped to ask them, like, yo, do you guys like this shit? You know what I mean? Do you guys like it? Because I was enjoying it. It was a lot of hard work, but, like, I was enjoying it. You know what I mean? I was cool with this. So we never really stopped to talk to, like, ask them, hey, do you guys, like, enjoy this? You guys like doing it and whatever? And that's when, like, maybe it's been a year now.
About a year, yeah.
About a year ago in December, we just sat down and talked to them. We were like, yo, like, do you guys like this? Is this your thing? Is this what you guys want to do? Because I remember when I'm 94, so I'm turning 23 on the 18th of March. And I remember when I came out of high school, I'm just like, all right, I told my dad I'm not going to school. He's mad at me right now. So, like, every day going home, it was just, like, a weird energy in the house. So I'm really cool with my dad, but it was just, like, a weird energy in the house where I didn't even want to see him because I knew he was going to ask me about school.
Oh, my God.
So it's just like when I hear him come home, I'm just like, yo, okay, let's duck him and let's edit a video or something. But at those times,
we always had to look like extra busy when he came home.
Yeah. So those times I wasn't even editing. So it was just like we had one computer and it was just Jermaine editing. So I'm just like, yo, I got to do push-ups or something. Like while he like do something when he comes down. So it was like, as far as the twins, when it came down to it, I'm like, yo, like I'm not in school anymore. So I got to make this work. So I feel like that's where I kind of got distracted and didn't even bother to ask him, like, hey, like, do you enjoy doing this? You know what I mean? So, yeah, we left it alone for a long time. This is our first time saying it publicly with like whatever happened to the twins. And, yeah, it's just like, it was not, we kind of made it look mysterious and shit because we were talking about it, but it's just like, we just kind of left it alone because we want them to find out what they want to do too, and we're just waiting for them to find something and then say, okay, here, everyone, this is what the twins are doing, this situation. But I mean, we've been keeping everyone waiting for like a year, so I mean, it's time we say it.
Okay, but, I'm glad you guys. I mean, there's no tensions or no drama or anything. That's great. There's a lot to unpack there. Everything that you guys said. There's a lot to like touch on. And okay, let's start from like your dad knew that you didn't want to go to school, right? Yeah. When did you?
This is the darkest time of my life. I'll just put that out there.
Now, did you get the same wrath when it was time to like?
Nah, because
you're older, right?
I'm older.
Oh, you're the older.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Okay.
Look at the beards. That's it. Just look at the beards. Man. That's how you see.
Look, man, I'm 27 and I'm struggling over here.
I thought you were 19.
I know, everyone. I appreciate that, man. Because I'm pushing 30 like in like a few years, and I'm terrified.
I'm terrified to turn 23.
It's scary, man. Once you hit 25, your life.
Don't tell me that.
He's only 25.
Nah, that's next year.
Everything stops for you. Your metabolism stops, slows down. You know, like just your hair starts falling out.
I cut it off, so
your beard starts thinning out. Your bones. I'm just making this shit up.
Oh, okay.
I was like, damn. I was
thinking like 50 or 25. Okay.
No, but my metabolism did stop at like slow down at 25, and that was scary. But okay, so you were gonna go to college, right? To study architecture.
I did. Yeah, I was doing.
Damn. Dude, we do our homework, man.
Okay.
We do our homework here.
Yeah, I was in college for 1 semester.
Okay.
At Humber College out in Toronto. I studied in architecture technology. Man, throughout high school, I was always been getting the good marks and shit. I was to myself so much that I'd be in class like I have nothing else to do. Let me just do my fucking work.
Yeah.
And then that just became a thing. I got so used to just as soon as I get work, I just take care of it and done. So I was always getting the good marks and everything, but I wasn't passionate about anything. Like I had no special focus on anything really. Yeah. And I say like the closest thing would be maybe like drawing and stuff.
Yeah.
So towards the end of high school, all my friends are getting their shit together. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and I got all my prerequisites, and I'm going to this college and everything. They got shit planned out. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. I don't know what I truly enjoy. So then I felt like it was a last minute decision to go study architecture. Yeah. But that shit was like I was doing fine and everything, but I was so bored.
So there's no like heart or passion into architecture.
Not at all.
Did you pick up anything from architecture that like you walk around and you're like, oh, that's like so and so's design?
I mean, I was interested. I find it very easy to get interested in different things. I just get into a topic. Sometimes I just sit home and just Google shit. Yeah. I just start Googling shit and get all the way into it. It's a black hole, yeah. Exactly. So that's kind of it with architecture. I always kind of enjoyed drawing. I've always really enjoyed designing. But say I got into architecture, I was just really depressed. Yeah. So I was talking to my dad. He's like, you know what, man, don't do it. So he's like, you should switch to business. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh.
Okay. So he was still like pushing for school.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. Yeah. So I was in the middle of switching to business, and then while that was happening, we got in contact with our first network that ever signed us, which is Big Frame. Okay. And then they like flew us out to Hollywood and everything. So I'm like, oh shit, we made it. Fuck it. We're wrong about that, but
networks are tricky, man.
I thought that we made it, but then what I meant was like we went home and we were like still struggling with like fighting school.
So
but
like
Breakroom was really good to us.
Yeah. Though. At what point did you guys were you like, one, your dad was okay or like accepted the fact that this is the future, and when did you guys decide like this is what we're doing full time?
Like when I came out of high school, like I didn't like no disrespect to my dad, I didn't care what he had to say though. Like, yeah. I just said like, yo, this is something that this is a decision I have to make for myself. And I knew like in school I was like the goofy one. I was always like getting calls home. Yeah. My marks weren't terrible. Like I was getting like 70s and like 80s, a couple of 80s, right? You know what I mean? So I wasn't bad, but I just
you weren't getting no 80s, bitch.
Like 2 80s in gym. Come on.
In gym.
Gym class, I got 80s, but like it just I wasn't.
How do you get an 80 in gym? That should be 100.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, they were like, honestly, it's because no, you got health class. In health class, I didn't like going to that.
Oh, the health, yeah.
Health is at 1 semester.
Yeah, because I would be getting like 100 and then like, or 90 something, then I get going to health, and I'm like, yo, I don't care about my fibulus and shit. So
The BMI, body, whatever.
Body
mass.
I'm just like, show me to the court. You know what I mean? That's where I was getting 100 on. See me on ball, Malik. You can see me on the court. Anyways, though, that's not important right now. I just didn't care. Like, I wouldn't say I didn't care for school, but it just didn't interest me. And I knew, like, when I was in there, I'm just like, hey, I'm just here because I have to be here. So, really, I made that decision for myself when I graduated high school.
But the real task was, like, convincing our dad.
How long did that take?
There's a lot of stalling time.
Yeah.
Because if you miss a deadline for school, for applying for school, then you're out for the whole semester or the whole year, potentially. Yeah. So we had a lot. It took, like, 3 years.
Okay.
About 3 years. He was really, really, really fighting it in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the guy that saved us was our uncle, who like he still understands the old school traditional mentality, but he really, really understands what's going on today and what we had going for us. So he was the one that we sit down with and talk to and talk about our struggles. And surprisingly, I remember the first time he ever told me, he's like, yo, you guys got to do this. Forget about school. School's always going to be there.
Yeah.
The opportunity you guys have now is temporary. So you guys got to act on it right now.
And the thing is too with our uncle is like, he was always the one when I was going over there. He's like, so what are you going to take in school? And I was like, I don't know. And he was telling my older brother, we have one more brother. He's like, what are you taking in school? And this is when my brother was like, he graduated high school like a long time ago. Yeah. So he was always like, let's go to school. But a fun fact about us is our uncle is a Razor Ruddock.
Okay.
And he fought Mike Tyson.
Oh, wow.
Three times or twice. 3 times. I can't remember. It was twice, I think, maybe. I don't know. But he lasted like all rounds with Mike Tyson, and
That's
Tyson
incredible.
won.
What years were?
94, I think.
That was like Tyson. He was still vicious during those.
Yeah.
times.
It was a nasty fight. It was a nasty fight, and I don't know why it's like not that big today. Like no one really talks about it, and I was kind of sad. I'm like, damn, yo, that was a great fight.
So you know who my uncle is? Nah, nigga, who the fuck?
Yeah. But anyway, so my uncle Tobitz, was with Razor Ruddock going through all this. So he's with Mike Tyson and all that, and he saw this, so he knew that what we had was an opportunity. So it was kind of cool that he knew the school side, but then knew the opportunity side too, and that's what he had to break down to my dad. And we found out later that like he was calling my dad over, like going out of his way to tell my dad to let these kids do what they have to do. And we found out later, and luckily my dad got remarried. So our stepmom, his new wife, was telling him like, yo, like these kids have something, like you gotta let them go. And my dad, he didn't see it, and it took him like so long for him to actually say, all right, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And the day he came home and told us, it was like, all right, you can put school on hold. Like you can tell he didn't want to say it. Like he just like, yo, like come upstairs, I want to talk to you guys. And then he was drinking a little bit, and he's just like, you know what, one more year. And he went upstairs like right away. It's like he didn't want to tell us that, but he gave us a year. From that time, we're like, all right, cool, like we know what to do now, you know.
Yeah. It's always hard. Like I get their concern.
No, totally. Yeah.
Like
sure.
you're like, I understand why you're upset and you're pushing for this, but and it's always hard because you don't want to be like rude or disrespectful, you know. But it's always this like balance of like,
it might have been easier if we were like had a bad relationship or was arguing and shit. That probably would have been way easier. But because we had such a good relationship and we respected him so much. It was kind of hard to go against his word and. I don't know. I guess disappoint him. I thought I was disappointing him because I wasn't in school, and I was always the one that was supposed to go to college and graduate and get my.
Of course, our expectations for our family because they want us to have something better, right?
For sure.
And it's like this, and a lot of kids who do have these dreams and aspirations to do something bigger, do something that's different.
Yeah.
They don't want to disappoint their parents because they understand their parents' struggle, and it's like. I know a lot of kids who are just like, I just have to give up because I don't want to like have that disappointment. And I'm like, you are going to disappoint them, but it's only going to be temporary. Like I promise you that payoff, if it hits, that payoff will be worth it, you know?
And even if it doesn't hit, it's just like if we had, let's say we took off the 4 years and it didn't work, like we could still go to school. Like school's always gonna be there.
Bro, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, like that's what you have. Like I don't want to be like 46 and like, damn, I wonder if watching all the people I was watching on YouTube like blow the fuck up and they got like they're rich as hell and shit. Like,
I always said like I just want to try and fail. As long as I can say that I did it, you know, when I tried my best. If I failed, I failed. Then you know, whatever, nothing to lose. But okay, so he accepted it. You guys started like everyone that I bring up your channel to, the number one thing they always say is like the editing. The edit. Like, where did you, was it self-taught YouTube videos? Did you take a class?
Yeah, no. I mean, I took like a media arts class in like the 11th grade.
Yeah.
But that was about it. That was the only editing I really had. Everything was all self-taught.
Yeah.
A lot of YouTube videos. Yeah, just it's a lot of time.
Did you start off on like Windows Movie Maker or
I was iMovie boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was iMovie for like a year, and then moved over to Final Cut. And I'm still Final Cut today.
Final Cut 7 or the X or
the one that looks like. No, I hate 7. I hate 7. Really? I have a lot of YouTube friends who stick to the 7. Like my boy Trey loves Final Cut 7. I don't understand it. I hate it.
Yeah.
It looks so boring. I don't want to work on it.
You have like the. It looks like a lot of time goes into one video, you know, like it's not a simple cut and drop. It's just, there's a lot of like, where did you decide to like put in the, because with a lot of the YouTubers that I know, they start off really strong. Yeah. And then they're just like, nah, I don't really care enough to like make it as like detailed. Yeah. You know, with the edits.
The thing is, I really enjoy doing that shit. Yeah. Like I really sit there and then like I'm excited to edit a vlog and everything. So that's where it starts off. Over the years, we've been watching a lot of vlogs, and we didn't vlog at the start. Mm-hmm. And then even when we did start, it wasn't too frequently. Yeah. But then that was because we didn't really like vlogs. We found them boring. We found them to be long and pointless. And it just felt so forced a lot of times. It was like, oh, I'm going to my grandma's house, and I'm like sitting down on the couch, and then they forced a couple of conversations. It was really uncomfortable. So it's like over the years, we sat back and watched everything that we didn't like, and made sure that we didn't do it. So okay, we hate that vlogs, they're boring. All right, let me try my best to make every second very interesting. Yeah. So that's where the edits came in, and over the years, it just got better and better. Especially when people started to finally realize that okay, these guys are putting in much more time into the editing. That's when I'm like, okay, shit, everyone's watching. Let me edit.
How, like, at what point? So right out of high school, you knew this was like something full time, right?
That's the thing. We thought. Yeah. We kind of told each other that we know, but like to tell the truth, like out of high school, I wasn't really sure. Like I was telling my dad, yo, this is the way we gotta go. But the truth is, I really didn't know. Cause that was when YouTube was like, YouTube's still pretty new, but that was when it was like brand spanking new, and people weren't. Not too many people were making careers out of.
Yeah, because you guys were early, like what, late. You
started 2000. Yeah, 2011.
Yeah. Late. Okay.
April 2011.
Was it 2000? I thought it was like 2010.
No. It was our first video was April, but then like we made the channel in like the following like. May.
Because I thought the whole beginning was the World Star trying to get on World Star.
That was it. Yeah,
that was
2011.
It. That was 2011.
2011. Yeah, April 2011.
Okay, so that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
that's incredible, man.
Shit. But yeah, we weren't really too sure about like how far we could really go. We just thought that okay, we started something. We have people watching us, so like let's not just quit. Let's see where it could take us.
So what would you tell other people who want to get into this? Because they some people will be turned on to you guys, like they just turned on to you guys like recently, and they see the success, and they're like, I can do that. You know, what is it that people don't see the work that you guys put in?
Oh man, I mean I think that's
exactly it.
Yeah.
It's the work that they don't get to see too much of. They've got to see. Like, we let them know a lot more recently.
Yeah,
like showing them like actually vlogging ourselves, editing and showing how long it takes and talking about how long it takes. And what we got to do to achieve a shot or achieve an edit.
Because like I think most of the times when people, I mean I feel like I do the same thing. Like I'll be asking Big Sean like, yo, bro, drop another album. I don't care if you just dropped this yesterday. Like you know what I mean. But it's like. They're just watching the videos when it comes out, and then you'll watch a 20-minute video and it goes by, so it won't even feel like 20 minutes. But that 20-minute video took like a week to edit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people get into YouTube not knowing how much work it is, and a lot of my friends will be like, "Yo, I want to start YouTubing, so can you help me out?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, like I'll tell you everything you need to and need to know." And when they get on there, they're like, "Yo, like this is not working," so just like forget about it. And that's the thing, like. You just gotta understand that it's like it's so much work and like editing takes hours. Like coming up with a great idea, like depending on what you want to do on YouTube. Like I know when we're coming up with our skits, it's like sometimes we'll come up with like 10 ideas and not do any of them because we don't really like we can't execute them properly and we don't want to put out something weak. Like vlogs was another big thing for us. We stopped vlogging on our channel for like I want to say maybe a year. I don't know. We're on and off for like a year because we just did not like. The quality. We didn't like what we were doing. It was just like, hey guys, this is my dad. Hey,
I feel like we're vlogging because we had to. Because we saw everyone else doing it.
See, okay, now that opens another thing that I want to touch on. Like, when you guess first, anyone that starts kind of YouTube, there's this excitement where it's like, oh, this video popped off. Now I'm like, there's this excitement. At a certain point, a lot of people find it like tedious. Do you guys still have that excitement, or do you see YouTube as like a task?
I find it exciting because like. although I'm in the group and like these are my videos, it's so exciting to watch what Jermaine's gonna edit. You know what I mean? Like just now, we're taking some pictures with our friend Malik. He's showing us around out here, just different places, whatever, trying to get some fresh pictures, some fresh Polaroids. You know what I mean? And he's like, yo, what? Like, let me show you what my car can do. Let me show you how my car sounds. And he's revving it. And I know, like, in his head, he's like, all right, he's going to make me look cool. But Jermaine's probably going to make his car blow up or something like that. You know what I mean? So, like, stuff like that, I'm excited to watch the final product of it. So, and a lot of people actually, like, ask us, why don't we daily vlog? And I feel like that's why we started to record behind the scenes. And, like, on our Snapchats, we'll be, like, up at 6 a.m. still editing. But, yo, this video's coming down, like... however long. So
quality over quantity at this point.
But I definitely, we're still excited. I'm still very excited, even when a video comes out, and to see how much like the people that are watching appreciate it. It's just like, oh, you're like great, because I was always afraid of taking too long to put a video out, and then people are like, yo, I'm over it, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that everyone's still like excited and they wait for us to like put out a video. So that was my only problem.
Yeah, that's the greatest blessing.
Yeah,
having everyone be able to wait.
Yeah.
But I'm equally as excited when we come up with a new idea, because like, okay, it starts off as, I don't know, I'm in love with the whole process of seeing a couple words down on the paper that says, I don't know, T-Dog Goon Scrap DVD. I'm not. It was a video that we did. It's like focus on Toronto.
Yeah, I saw that one.
All the details. It was such a focus on all the details in Toronto fights. It's such a specific video, but seeing that title alone got us so excited. Like, holy shit. Okay, then we start jotting down everything that we need to have in there.
Yeah.
Then we start shooting, then we improv a little bit and add a bunch of shit in, and then editing is the most exciting part for me.
Okay.
I just love being able to take a couple words and making it a full up production. Yeah. And then seeing everyone's reaction. Like, I still love it equally. I really enjoy this shit.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool that you guys are just still as passionate, and you can like feel that passion and hear it when you're talking about.
Oh, sorry.
No. Go on, man.
I really think what it is we've never like fallen into any trend that we weren't passionate about. So pranks were over the years, a lot of shit was popping off.
Yeah.
That we never just really, we did like maybe like one parody on every trend, but we never really got involved with a lot of stuff. So like pranks, everyone's like, yo, you guys look at all these prank channels. I love your channel, but you guys need to blow up. So start doing pranks. I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's what we did with Fusi. Me and him just started doing pranks, and we were doing skits, but we weren't seeing the numbers. But the second we start doing pranks, it's like, oh, that was like 2 hours, and we got like 2 million hits off that, you know? So
if you don't enjoy it, I'm dying inside if I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like if you truly enjoy pranking, then that's great for you. That's that's great. But I just can't.
It can only take you so far.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
And I think I want to stop you right there real quick, because another problem with YouTube is like you'll get on there and you're doing, let's say my friend joins and he wants to do skits, right? And then he does one skit and he doesn't like it, and then a trend comes up where it's reaction videos, and he's like, all right, I'm doing reaction videos now. Yeah. And then he's doing pranking videos now, and he's just jumping on every wave. That's what your people, if you have like any audience, they're going to tell you like, yo, I want to see you do sketch comedy. I want to see you do pranks. And it's you not falling into that and saying, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it just because that's what they want to see. You got to do what you love. You know what I mean? Because we could have done pranks. Like I had a bunch of pranks that I thought of. I'm like, yo, this would be funny, but it just wasn't me. And I couldn't go out in public and do all that stuff because it just wasn't me. I wasn't passionate about that. So we didn't really touch on it. We did like 2 pranks, and then even I couldn't take the fake comment pranks either. Like once I seen like fake comments on pranks that I knew that I was doing was real, and it was just like we're showing behind the scenes and everything. I'm like, yo, honestly, I'm not even trying to get into that world, man. Like, forget about it.
See, okay, so like you brought up a friend, like just friends in general, you know, and friends that weren't interested in doing YouTube. Now, has like the success that you guys have seen, has that tainted friendships? Have you noticed? Have like you had to drop people from your lives, or did people try to come in just for like shout outs and to be in a vlog to, you know, or how has it like even personal, like significant others, you know, has the success and whatever that you guys have affected?
I think it's like we kind of already had like a small circle that we would chill with, so it was like anyone going out their way, they knew they're going out their way. So it was just like I wouldn't like even respond to it like in a way that they would think, because they know that they're not cool with me like that. You know what I mean? So like all my close friends, like they never really reached like that because they knew what it was. You know what I mean? It was already. I can't really explain it. It was just we're just all cool. Like they never really reached out like that.
So your tight knit groups just stayed. So you
just stayed. Yeah, it was pretty. It's been really peaceful actually. Yeah, like with everyone, family, friends, people in the city. It's been really, really peaceful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been good.
Anyone else reaching out? And I feel like people that reach out that were like that still are my friends, but we're just not close. I feel like they respect us in a way where they're not gonna, because everyone like in the city and everyone from Brampton and that knew us, they knew like the work that we put in. And when we came out of high school, like nobody seen me and Jermaine for like probably 2 years because we weren't going to parties, we weren't going out. If they saw us, we're at the grocery store or we're getting props or we're filming. And I feel like that kind of, our grind and our hustle kind of made them not really like ask us for much, you know what I mean? And now if they do, they'll just like tweet us a song or whatever it is, or just text it to us and not really ask us to do anything with it. So I kind of like that. It's just,
for sure.
This is real laid back.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess, you know, that's a part of the sacrifice that you have to make for something that you want to do, is like kind of give up the parties, and not just parties, but like, you know, like there's some things where it's like, I got to either edit this or like hang out with these people, you know?
To this day, still there's a lot of same shit going on. Like, there's a lot of sick parties in the summertime, but then that's when I like to bust out vlogs because the color's great, the lighting's great. You could do a lot of shit, and you could pack a lot of events into one date. And then, okay, there's a sick party tonight. I was like, shit, I really should edit this skit. I really should edit this vlog. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it for me, though.
Okay.
I still enjoy myself.
Yeah. Have you guys regretted doing any videos where you, like, upload it and you're just like, fuck, why did we throw that up, you know? Or like, we'd like to talk about like the pranks that you said, like you uploaded like a prank or two.
Oh no, we made sure we did those good. Like, that's the thing, we didn't want to just like whip up a prank, buy a little prop, and then I go outside.
Or just like a comedy where like, because you did one on like commentary on like brand deals and whatever. You know, like, have you ever had to be in that situation where, you know, you're like, all right, let's just do this just to get this out the way?
No, okay. I told him, and I feel like that's why it's just so great having him as my brother, because like when you're in your group, it's like you have your friend that'll understand like a lot, especially if he's a good friend, he'll understand a lot and he'll be with you on a lot. But I feel like when your brother's like your friend, it's like you have that double like protection, if you want to say, no homo, chill. But like, it's just like I had that where it's just like I can tell him how I feel, and then he's gonna rock with it. So it's just like I knew that when I was watching all these brand deals go down, it's like, yo, this is so uncomfortable to watch. Like, you know, this guy doesn't use Gillette or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Why is he promoting it like that? So I feel like
a makeup girl promoting parachutes and shit. I'm like, yo, shit is not.
That's what sparks
so uncomfortable. And then your fans could tell. Like, I especially didn't want to let the viewers down. To see that, okay, you are clearly uncomfortable with this. This brand deal doesn't work for you. The brands don't go well together. So we just made sure that that never happens.
Okay, so you guys were just like super selective on, like, nothing you guys did was to chase views or to, like, you know, get the quick hits, you know, because it was like it seems like everything that you guys have done has just been out of like this is what we want to do. Like, we genuinely want to put this out, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. And even the pranks that we did, we didn't want to, like I said earlier, we didn't want to just like throw together a little prank and then take 20 minutes to shoot it and then upload it, boom, 3 million views, like whatever. The pranks that we did do, it took like a good week of planning, and then we got all the props, and then the shit got a little bit expensive. Of course. It was so risky where if one thing went wrong, the whole video's gone. And like I feel like that's what a prank is supposed to be like.
Of course, yeah. So Drake tweeted you guys once, right?
Oh yeah, we were wilding out.
Yeah. So and you guys did like the parody of like Kanye and Sway. Have you guys done these videos and you've had people reach out to be like, I really like that video, you know, that you were surprised watched it, like Drake, for example?
As far as Drake, like that was just like crazy for us. It was crazy for it. And another thing too, I was about to touch on. We wanted to do videos where it's like we'd build a fan base that felt like they were a part of the ride too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'd love to go viral, sure, that's cool, but like it's like I'm getting a blast of like 2 million people that don't really know Trey, you know what I mean? But like all of our fans, they know us. Yeah. And so when Drake tweeted it, like everyone was like celebrating, like everyone was like saying, "Yo, Drake tweeted a video."
It's like a family.
Crazy. Yeah, exactly. So when Drake tweeted it was like crazy for everybody, and it was crazy for us, and we're going like mad. And then we started like kind of get closer with a couple people. Like Boy Wonder made a lot of beats for Drake, a lot of beats for Kendrick, and just a lot of people. And we started getting closer to him, and when we're dropping videos, he's just like, yo, like Drake just texted me saying he loves this video.
No way.
The T.Goon scraps, like a lot of things that we make that's close to home, like anything Toronto, like Drake's watching, he's liking it. And that's enough for us. Like the tweet was great, but like if we're getting text saying like, yo, he watches, he liked this, and this guy watched it, he liked it, we're just like, all right, we're like super cool with that, and we're happy. Sway's another one that reached out to us because How was that again?
Was it the parody of you and him and Kanye?
Yeah. One of our supporters just tweeted it to him just randomly, and then he's like, "Yo, this is funny," and I'm just like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Yo, hey, we made that video." Then Sway reached out to me. Started DMing me, and then he flew us out to New York just to
Sway is the coolest guy.
He seems like such a cool guy.
He's like the uncle for the whole world.
Of course, he's been around for like 20 years or so. MTV to, you know.
Bro, he's been everywhere. He knows a lot of shit. So it was like it was amazing to have him to actually meet him and sit down and talk.
Did you guys ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? You guys ever watch that?
No.
I feel like you would watch some shit like that.
Damn, I would.
There's this character on it named
Sway?
Uncle Iroh. He's like this wise uncle that like guides. He always has like these like little gems, and I feel like Sway is like the Uncle Iroh that we all need. This 100%. Guy who just has like this wisdom, and he's experienced so much and dealt with so many people that like any answer or question that we have, Sway will have the answer. So he will have the answer.
Will have the answer.
Shit, and no pun intended. I
didn't even catch that. I didn't even real.
Sway honestly has the answers, and he's really cool, man. He flew us out just to have lunch with him, just to sit down and just talk to him a little bit. He put us in a nice hotel and just took care of us. And he kept in touch. Like after we flew back home, like when he come to Toronto, he'd text me, say, "Yo, I'm in Toronto. Let's go get something to eat." Then we're like, "All right, we'll pick him up." We brought him to this spot called The Real Jerk. It's where Drake shot the work video with Rihanna. So we took him there, got some food. But yeah, we keep in touch with Sway, and it's just like, I think it's cool to put out videos and have people like that feel it, like Drake and Sway and all these celebrities, where it's like they can feel our work, and it's just like these are people that we're fans of. But then for them to sit down and say like, "Yo, I like this," it's just like, it's unreal, man.
That's incredible, man. Yeah. Just the level of respect that there's that's there, you know. The G is silent.
Oh man, yeah.
So tell me about that. You dabbed into music. Now, was that like I want to like really check out like rap and really explore music, or was it just like a parody joke?
Okay,
because it was well received. People loved it.
Thank you. It came from an idea. We're watching this World Star video. It was Meek Mill. He was freestyling, and he's like, "Yo, it's a freestyle. I'm going off the top. Watch this." And he started rapping, and all his boys are in the back finishing his rap. So he's just like, "Yo, I come home and make me a grilled cheese." And I was like, "Yo, this is not a freestyle then." And then me and Jermaine just kept talking, and the video, Phony G came up, and we made one skit. And then we're like, "Hey, we need a song for it, just for the sake of the video." And the song was actually fire. And then everyone's just like, we said, "Yo, tape's coming soon." But like from our videos, we do that a lot. If we make a movie, it will be like movie coming soon. You know what I mean? So then everyone's like, "Yo, when's the tape coming? When's the tape coming?" I'm just like, "Yo, don't push me, because I'll drop the tape." You know what I mean? Yeah. And we had nothing. And then they're like, "Yo, make the tape." So I'm just like, "Yo, you want to make a tape?"
That shit was so fun.
Yeah. Hit up Sunny Diamonds.
It felt so cool to like be a rapper for like 3 months. Like go to the studio at like 3 a.m., finish at 7 a.m., drive home.
And what's crazy about it is like that's when we got tight with Boy Wonder. So Boy Wonder's like, "Yo," like he tweeted "bucket hat on because I'm a real ass nigga," and I'm just like, this is not Wonder's page. It can't be Boy Wonder's page, right? Yeah. And then I followed him. He followed me back, and then started talking, and he sent us beats, and we put them on the tape. Yeah, and then we've been tight with him ever since. And like he's saying, it just felt so cool to be a rapper. And I did like 3 shows as Phony G, and I come out like on a bucket hat, and everyone's rapping the songs. I'm like, "Yo,
it was just so fun.
What the hell am I doing up here?" Like my dad came to the show, like, "What are you doing?" That's so dope. Crazy. Yeah, we're working on a second tape right now.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah, I want to get that out there, and it's like I feel like that's what YouTube's for, man. It's kind of cool just to get into the world and just do a bit of everything, you know what I mean, that you actually like, you know what I mean, because I love music, you know what I mean, and I'm always trying to pick and find like smooth beats to listen to, or some hard rap, or the new rapper that's coming out next, and to be like a part of that and like have these people talk about it, like it's crazy.
Yeah. So why Toronto? I mean, like, obviously you were from
there. I was born there. I had no choice.
I framed that really wrong. Yeah. I mean, you guys have I feel like you guys just got your new place, right, in downtown. Yeah. You guys could have moved anywhere in the world.
Well,
not anywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, everyone kind of wants to move out. Not everyone, but, like, LA is always a hot spot.
No, definitely.
Especially for entertainment, you know? Yeah. What made you stay in LA, in Toronto, and not, like, New York or LA or whatnot?
I mean, that was actually our first, like, big-time goal to move to LA, make it to LA. But that was from a time where Toronto was like really, really ignored. Like we were so isolated in Toronto. Like you had your network in Toronto, but then it was so secluded from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And then when Drake came out and started promoting Toronto, that's when it became a little bit more included.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we really wanted to move at that point.
Yeah.
But then after a while, more resources started to come to Toronto. Like before, like a while back, there's no YouTube or no like physical Google that you could like.
You're actually good. You can walk past it. Yeah, no worries.
There's no like what was I just saying? Oh, there's no like physical entity of YouTube or Google in Toronto, so you can actually go to or go see anyone about your videos or whatever. So it was like it felt like we were just alone. So we're like, all right, we need to be in LA where all the networks are at, where all the studios and all the creators are at. But then after a while, I mean, YouTube came to Toronto. We opened up a YouTube space in Toronto.
Oh, no way.
There's like meetings at Google and little classes that you could take to help optimize your channel and everything. So I'm like,
yeah,
Toronto's becoming a lot better, man. It's
is.
become a lot better. It's a lot more resourceful. It's really possible to stay at home and do what you got to do. Yeah. And I think I'm totally fine with just like flying into LA for a little bit or flying into New York for a little bit, do what I got to do and go back home.
Yeah.
Because even like when we're in Brampton, I was starting to like kind of drive downtown, and we signed with Much, and so we're downtown a lot more. So it was like we started making downtown friends, and they're telling us, hey, come here, come there, and so we started feeling like, all right, like downtown's definitely going to be the move. And I feel like the energy there is just like it's just so different now. You have a lot of artists coming out. You have a lot of low-key artists, a lot of artists that pop right away. And I feel like everything's just different now. And I feel like us being there and just like soaking in all that
good
energy,
man.
And like
it's great energy.
That's when we make things like T.Goonscribe DVD. And then when we put it out and people like whoever's texting us back saying this video was great, it's just like, all right, yo, that feeds into like, let's make more, let's keep going, you know what I mean? And I feel like when we go away from Toronto, I feel like it's like it's like our kryptonite.
It kills your creativity.
You know what I mean? Like I gotta go back there and like juice up again, you know what I mean? Then I'm good to like go away.
Even like just to like drop a simple vlog.
Yeah.
Like skits especially, but even just to drop a simple vlog. You drop a vlog, whatever, let it live for a day, and then you go out and then a bunch of people, yo, the new vlog is sick. I love when you did this. It's like, yo, bro, the love is amazing out there.
So like the community is very supportive in Toronto. How are like the arts and the music? Is that growing as well?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, so that's like a new like hub. Toronto's like this creative bubble now.
Yeah,
that's really growing.
He's the one that really stays on his shit and does his homework and finds out all about the new upcoming rappers, and then tells me who's about to pop, and then boom, they pop a couple months later.
Okay. Do you guys ever reach out to them or?
Yeah, we're close with a lot of them actually.
Okay.
It's like it's cool to like meet all of them, because it's like you have artists like Nav, Save, Jimmy Prime, Donnie,
they're coming
Roy.
up,
like, you know what I mean? Roy was from Brampton too, so it's like we've been doing it for a long time, so it's like a lot of times when these guys pop and then we meet them, like when I met Roy and we started getting a little bit closer to Roy, it's just like he'll tell us things about like our videos that he knew from like back then. I'm just like, you've been watching for that long, and it's
J Soul too.
So
man.
like
J Soul,
everyone in Toronto is like supporting one another and like trying to up one, you know.
Yeah, I mean now, like even back then it wasn't like that.
Oh no,
like, it was really hard back then in Toronto. I'm not sure what changed. Like I have no idea, but back then it was kind of hard to grow in Toronto, because it felt like people were watching you in a way where it's like, yo, you better do some sick shit, or they're just ready to hate on you. I don't know what changed, but the energy definitely changed, and is really supportive.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
I think it's interesting because for such a long time people weren't really making it. It's interesting now to talk to all these people who made it and they're finding great success, and find out, yo, how did you do it? How did you get around to doing it? Like, oh, used to chill in the same ends that I used to chill in. And it's really inspiring to hear everyone's story.
So let's rewind this and take this all the way back to growing up in Brampton. You know, how was it as kids? You know, were you guys the book type that just loved to read? Did you guys like movies? Were you athletic? Were you guys like what type of kids were you guys?
Honestly, we were like me. All right,
start with me. Shit, I'm probably one who's more straight edge. I could say I was like more into the books. Not that I actually enjoyed it, but I just had no other choice really. Just into my homework. I'm staying in while this guy's playing basketball because I got to finish my shit. I just want to finish my homework early.
I had homework too. I just didn't care about it. People like when I go to school and something like my friends talking messy, I'm like, yo, see me on the court then. You know what I mean? That's what I was doing.
To myself, really quiet. I enjoyed a lot of movies. My life was like really, really simple. Simple ass personality. I was extremely quiet. That's the biggest difference.
Okay.
Like when I first started making videos, people were like, the biggest thing was like, yo, this guy like talks.
Oh wow.
Like it
was a surprise for people.
Oh my god, yeah. Like
because you're comfortable in that.
Yeah.
Me, I was a class clown, loud. Okay. I was into music. I was like, Lil Wayne was like my favorite rapper.
Okay.
Dipset, like all that. Like I was just really into music. Yeah. I like playing basketball, like playing sports. I wasn't really good. I was on a track team in grade 5. They kicked me off though. So good.
How did you get kicked off a track team?
I don't know. I didn't know they do that in grade 5.
That's something like your senior, junior year of high school. And they're like, you're cut from the butt in like elementary.
I didn't get it. I was like, yo, let a kid live. But
I think being in the suburbs definitely, being in the suburbs definitely helped our creativity because it was so damn boring. Like everything was spread out. You couldn't even go to the store without having to grab a bike and like fucking ride for like half an hour.
Yeah.
So all there was just a bunch of houses, and you have a few friends that you could randomly link up with. But because we're so bored, we just found ourselves needing to create something, make something fun. So even if you go back on his hard drive, for some reason, this guy's been vlogging since like 2008, 2009, just randomly, just random videos.
And you never just posted, you just
no, you had it.
Okay.
You still had
you just saved it. You never posted it.
Yeah, I was watching some the other night, and I would shoot it like it was a vlog. Yeah. Like, yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm here with Julie and Kevin and Duran, and we're going to Max to get chocolate milk for $1 because they would go on sale for like a whole month.
Milk. And it was a big thing. That's how boring the suburbs were.
Yeah.
Once chocolate milk went on sale, it was the biggest shit.
No way.
You see your friends walking down the street with a bunch of chocolate. It was like, yo, you heard about the deal too, right?
That is so. Bro, it was so to me, that's like the weirdest thing for anyone to be like, yo, man, chocolate milk. Bro, we gotta stock up on chocolate. I've never heard that. I don't know if that was a Brampton thing. I don't know.
It definitely was.
It was a Canadian. You guys even have milk bags. Is that what you get?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit makes so much sense. Wait, what? It's just in a different container. It's just a saggy bottle.
I don't know. I didn't like it. Just turned. You guys,
you know. But then
milk bags. It's just weird to me, and it's weird to Americans. Americans, let's not conform. That's the one thing we don't want from Canada.
Y'all trying shit out.
We'll take
it's been working for years.
We'll take your health care. We'll take anything else that you guys have. We just won't take your milk bags.
Yo, look. Next time I come to LA, I'm bringing you a milk bag. You can open it, you can leave it, but I'll bring you a milk bag.
Okay.
It's hella convenient. But I feel like for Brampton, that's what kind of made everyone just, I don't know, make fun out of nothing. You know what I mean? It's like in the summertime, everyone knew the chill spots was Max, outside the movies or McDonald's parking lot. And we would go and be like, yo, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. Get in the car, go outside of McDonald's, sit on top of my car.
Freestyle.
And freestyle.
Just for no reason.
Yeah. So I've been nice with the raps. Like we've been just freestyling. So like that's when Phony G came in. I was like, all right, it's gone. But that's just what it was. And we're just so bored and just always making little videos, whether we're outside of McDonald's or coming home from Wonderland. Like, I don't know. It's just boring. So
Wonderland. Good times.
Yeah.
I went like once or twice. I had cousins.
Oh, you really went? Oh, bro?
Yeah, they took me to Wonderland. We have like the equivalent in other areas. We have one in Virginia called King's Dominion. It's literally the same thing. So okay, that's crazy because like for the longest time I would always go, like I'm from Northern Virginia, right outside of DC. And every time I'd go to the suburbs there after I left, I was like, this place is just like crippling for me, like creatively crippling. But when I was there, I was like the most creative because like you just have to create something to create that fun, you know? But then now when I go back for some reason, I think maybe I've just been away for so long that it's like, oh man, I wish I could tap into that creativity that I had when I was like younger, when I was in that neighborhood and everything.
That's kind of how like we felt before we moved out. We felt like we're living in we lived in a basement. My parents and everyone was upstairs, but that's just where our rooms were. Yeah. And I feel like there was like no sunlight coming downstairs. There was no inspiration to make like funny videos. So it's like we'd make a funny video, then it's just like back down to the dark basement.
We're like 17 years old now, so we can't just be on the streets like fucking recording like about chocolate milk. And
shit. Yeah. So it's like so that's why like moving downtown even like just it was like a whole another game changer for us because it just changed everything, like our ideas and our vlogs and all that. So
you guys have like 20 channels, man. You have a lot of channels out there.
It's a few.
You guys have group chat. You guys have you have your personal channel. You have your vlog channel. You have the main channel. Yeah. So how do you guys? Well, for you, how do you decide this is going on the vlogs or the main channel, and this is going on my personal channel?
That's a good question. I don't know. Just kind of makes sense. Just come up with an idea and then it's like, okay, boom. Is that big enough to be like a vlog? A main channel skit? Not really. All right, just make it a vlog joke. I feel like vlogs we get away with a lot of shit. Like a vlog skit doesn't have to be as great as a main channel skit. I feel like that's why I fell in love with the vlog channel recently, is because I get to be a lot more free. Yeah. I mean, each channel serves its purpose. Okay. Like group chat, we get to sit down and just like talk about a lot of shit. Of course. Just randomly, just whatever comes to our head, just speak on it. And it's like the inspiration for group chat was like a Friday night hangout. A pizza hangout with your friends. So that's where the idea of group chat came about.
I used to watch group chat a lot. Not that I stopped, but like when we were starting the podcast, I was like, I want to look at what everyone's doing out there, you know. And I would watch a lot of your episodes, you know, and I would just hop around and see what everyone was doing. But
I fell in love with this show, man.
No way.
Yeah, I found it because I think Just Rain sent me the episode that he did.
Oh wow.
And I watched that one. I watched the lead one. I watched the
one. Man.
I watched a couple of them. Dude, I watched the Fusi 2 one as well.
Thank you so much, man.
The quality on here is amazing, dude.
I do, man. I love it. Okay, now when you came here, was it like, this is it? I've had people walk in here and they're like, this is it? No, I was expecting it to be bigger. Honestly, I've heard that a lot.
I didn't, because like I get that a lot with group chat. Every guest that we bring on, they're like, this is it. So I was like, whenever I go to any set, I'm like not picturing anything. I'm just like, what is it? You know what I mean?
Like, no, that's so awesome, man. Yeah, I'm so glad that you even reached out too and everything. And
bro, it's been a thing for a long time. Like a good couple months, maybe like 6 months.
We were trying to figure.
I saw you. I think the first video I saw, we saw our first video separately. I saw the Fusi 2 one.
Oh man,
it was just a good ass interview,
dude. Man,
like great questions.
You guys are making me blush over here, man.
And I brought up to him. He's like, oh yeah, I know them. I've been watching them too. And then yo, I really want to get on the show,
dude. We were trying to figure out like, because me and Asif were like, okay, let's figure out all the people that we want to get, and we would make a list, and you guys were on the list. But we were like when they're in Toronto, so we're like, next time they come to LA, we're just gonna pounce.
Yo, secretly, that's why he tweeted we're going to LA.
Yeah,
that's actually the only reason.
It's
perfect.
Actually,
we got that.
It's actually crazy because like for a long time I've been doing that. Like I'll just send like subtweets for people. So I've been following you guys and
you're making my non-existent heart melt right now.
I've been following you guys for a minute. Then I'm like, all right, I'm going to LA. I'd love to get on a show. You guys didn't follow me yet. I didn't want to tweet you guys, so I just put it out there. I didn't want to tweet you guys and have our people tweet you guys like, yo, get them on show, and you guys didn't like us.
No,
plus I didn't even know if you guys knew us.
No, we did, but there are actually a lot of people. That's why I never ask. Like literally today, I just put up a picture, and I was like, okay, we took a month off. We took all of March off just because I was like, I just want to go to work to MTV and just come home and do nothing, because I was doing like 20 things at once, and then I was like, let's take a break, and then let's do like season 2 basically, and we'll do a new batch of like 20 episodes. Yeah. And so we made a list of like everyone that we were going to do, and I've never asked like, hey, you guys, tell us who you want, because I'm so cynical. There's so many fucking people I hate. I don't want their name coming up on my Twitter or I don't want their handle coming on there, you know?
So that's exactly what I felt. Like I just didn't want our people to say, yo, like make this happen. And so I just tweeted, I'm like, they know you're in LA. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I say I'm coming to LA, they're going to know who's in LA, and they'll be like, yo, make sure you guys link. So right when I tweet I'm going to LA, I'm just like, yo, Jermaine, it's working. And I saw someone tweet, yo, get on the show. I was like, Jermaine is working.
And I was like, we're going to do it, because you guys have like, and just like your fan base too, you know, like you guys have a solid following, but like the core is just so dedicated. Like people are like, yo, we've been watching them since they were in their dad's basement, you know, and there's so much love for you guys that, you know, a lot of people have like 1 million, 2 million, whatever, but they don't have like that loyal, like loving fan base. I wouldn't even call it a fan base, but just like the family that you guys
I don't even like saying fan. I hate saying the word fan. I feel
you don't
so
even
weird
like for
fan.
our show. I refuse to use that word fan, because it's I feel like it's degrading to a certain.
I think people have made it degrading.
Yeah, maybe
like whatever. I'll fuck a few fans, or some fans are waiting outside. Oh, it's just a fan. Whatever. I don't know. I feel like it definitely is. People have made it a degrading word. So now you're like if you're not really into our shit like that, you're a viewer. If you like really fuck with us, you're a supporter.
Yeah, because some of our like good friends like that, they were once upon a time a fan. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of these people that watch our videos, they come up to us and they connect to us in a way where it's just like like you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I was
when you have those conversations with like supporters and like viewers, that like it's such on a deep level outside of like I love your shit and they walk away with that selfie. When you have that connection, it's so powerful, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Or you're not just a fan. Like you are one of the many reasons why. Or you are. Where are you? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You are the one of many people. Who make my dream possible.
Yeah.
I get to wake up and do what the fuck I love because of you.
Yeah.
So you're not just a fan. You're someone who's fucking like making this shit possible.
Yeah.
There's more than that. I get so hot too because some of our, not even our friends, like people who just randomly come around in Toronto, and he's like, yo man, so where the groupies at? Or like just call a groupie. I'm like, bro, I fucking hate that word so much. I hate that word so much. And like, yo, one of your groupies are out there. I'm like, bro, don't
disrespect them. Don't disrespect them.
Yeah. We did a meet and greet in Toronto on the 21st of January, and I was telling him when we went home, it was a crazy turnout, and everybody that came out, I was trying to tell him like, yo, it's so weird. Like I felt like I could see me or a little bit of you in each and every one that came up.
That influence, yeah.
And it's so weird because it's like that's why when people come up to us and they start like talking, it's just like I can talk to them because it's like I feel like I already know them. You know what I mean? And someone came up to us before we left Toronto. We were walking in the mall and then this guy came up to us. He's like, yo, and he's just staring. I'm just like, yo, what's up? And he's just like, he wasn't saying anything. He's like, yo, like, hold on, just give me a minute. He's like, yo, this is crazy because I've been watching you since I was in high school.
Oh my God.
He's saying like, now you guys are the reason why I just want to push and do whatever I got to do.
Inspiring.
And it's just like, it's that type of shit where it's like we got on YouTube not thinking it was gonna get like that, where we're the reason why people are like
doing what they're
doing.
Yeah.
And even going deeper than that, it's like again in Toronto, like everybody talks and everybody listens and you hear stuff and they're like, yo man, yeah, the weekend watches you guys on tour, and then it's but a lot of it's just like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like I don't really believe it. It's like, yeah, Drake watches you guys. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Then when it happens, it's like, what? Like we're backstage at iHeartRadio, and then The Weeknd walks by, and then he stops. He's like, "Yo, blah blah." And we start talking.
Get the hell out of
here. That's
here.
when we're like, exactly like you are. And I'm just like,
shit.
This is this guy. Like he's like 20 people are like walking, like going like this, like watch out. And we're just like, yeah, Weeknd's coming through. Let him go by. And he's just like, yo. I'm just like, I'm looking around. I'm like, it's only us there. And we start talking to him, and then that's when it's just like, you never really expected us to get on YouTube and then have like. The Weeknd's like the number one guy out there right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Like nobody would even think that it would get to a point like this. Not me, not him, not my dad. And it's like,
and that's what it is. Like now that we are in a place where shit like that's happening, it's like I'm so thankful for it. I almost felt like we shouldn't have it, so I gotta like take care of the shit. You know, like if you compare a kid who just, I don't know, like he was born rich or whatever, like he's not generally like he wouldn't be
someone who's born like privileged.
All right, let's do. All right, boom. Something simple like a guy. Someone buys a car for him. Compared to a guy who had to work his ass off for that car. Like when he finally gets it, make sure the shit's clean. Make sure the carpet is always clean. Make sure I take care of the car. Whereas someone who just boom got it and they're used to that type of shit. It's just like, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah, when you're handed things, you don't really appreciate it as much as.
So we had to work a very long time. There's been a lot of times where we thought that the shit was gonna end. So like for us to be in this position now, I'm like, I'm really thankful for it. I'll make sure I'm not fucking up. I'm not fucking around. Respect everyone that made it possible.
For sure. So usually, we'll touch on two things. One is like how has there been any type of conflicts of creatively, you know, to be like, this is what we want to do with a video, and either you or the twins or you between you two, where it's like, nah, this is not the direction we want to take this video. It has to be, or has it always been like a good collaboration, or has egos ever been in the mix?
I think it's me and Jermaine that's been like, we roll like all the videos and come up with all the ideas, and Jermaine will like write the actual like script, and I feel like I just put trust in him when, if I wanted a video to go one way, I'm gonna tell him every single point on why I think it should go this way. He's gonna tell me every single point on why he thinks it should go his way. And then we kind of sit down and say, all right, which one now? And then like, if I really feel stronger about his points, I'm not gonna fight it because my ego's there. Like, no, mine's is better. I'll let him do his thing, but I'm still gonna like put in all the work like it's my idea. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like a couple of them that we put out there, a little bit of older videos now. Instagram, it was like an old video we did. Instagram the movie. That was a video I did not like. I wasn't rocking with it, and I just like kind of went with it like it was my idea. You know what I mean? And certain times like things will come up where it's just like, all right, let's shoot this way, or even if it's like something small as a shot, and he's like, no, like shoot it. Whatever way, like I just kind of go with it just because I'm like, all right, let me put the trust in him. Like he knows what he's talking about. And times when it comes like that for me, he'll be like, all right, I kind of see where he's going with it. Let me just
compromise.
You know what I mean? So it's never been, we never really like fought over anything like that. That's
crazy. And we always like recently we've been trying to touch on like spirituality and whatnot. How is that for you guys? Were you guys brought up in a religious household? Mm-hmm. Were you guys brought up practicing in whatever faith, or was it just kind of like?
Yeah, we're brought up as Christians, but it wasn't really like my dad wasn't really too hard on it. He went to church. Yeah. A few times. He goes to church a lot now. He never really. Well, as kids, he kind of forced it on us, but we're like kids. Like, we're gonna do whatever our dad says. So he says, "Come to church." We're going to church. Yeah. But then he's always prayed before we're eating food, so that we still do that. Okay.
Is it important to you guys? Like, is it like something that, or is it just kind of like something that you've just like be taken on as second nature because like you've been doing it for so long? You know.
I feel like that has a big plays a big role. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it just helps me grow a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like there's a higher power like watching me go through life and make the right choices. So I feel like I can't just. Yeah. Even if I'm by myself, I can't make the wrong choice. I can't make the bad choice. Yeah, yeah. Shit, like, if someone's watching me right now, I gotta do the right thing. That's awesome. It helps me grow, helps me reflect, and for sure. Yeah.
I feel like it's someone to talk to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And on our darkest days when we wanted to go to school, it's just like I'll just pray before I go to bed. Like when we didn't want to go to school, sorry, I'll just pray and be like, yo, God, like, you know, yo, God, like. Help me, like, show me, like, what should I be doing? You know what I mean? Like, what's the answer? And I feel like I just stayed patient with it and kept going, and I just listened to signs and just see it as, all right, this is God telling me a sign. And
the guidance is there,
The guidance is there, and we kind of went with it. So every night I'm still praying and all that. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, none of this is possible without God, man. Of course. Like, this is all a blessing, you know?
Yeah. That's great, man. Hey, you guys, I really appreciate you. One, you guys just like agreeing to do this, and I'm so flattered that you guys were even like listeners of this show. Yeah, so excited, and I'm so happy that we finally been able to get you guys. We've been chilling for a good hour, man. A little over an hour. It always just flies by. Time goes by so fast, and I was like, shit, we're about to hit an hour, but I got like all these other things. But luckily, we touched on a lot, man. I'm personally excited to see where you guys go next, you know, like what the next steps are. Are you guys here for like vacation meetings or
I guess it's like part of a little bit of both. We're going to Hawaii. Okay. But we didn't want to do the 14-hour flight from Toronto to Hawaii. So we're like, all right, let's land in LA a bit. Yeah. Hang out for like 4 days and then, go over. Yeah.
That's gonna
be some work to do out here too. So
meetings or anything or just to shoot?
Like more shooting.
Okay, some collabs.
Vlogging and shit. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool, man. I'm so happy you guys are here, and I'm just so happy for your success, man. You know, there's some people who like are just given this type of like success, and you're just like, you're not talented, you don't deserve it. But then there's some people who like really worked hard for something that they truly love, and definitely. And I feel like you guys are a testament to that, man. It's awesome, man. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you for having us, man.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. I truly enjoyed it. I really just enjoy the conversation. These guys were great guests. Some guests are just like your ideal guests where you like kind of set up a discussion point and then they just take it and they go. And, you know, it's not like yes or no. They don't give me short answers. They really let everything breathe out. And I really I appreciate those kind of guests. And it was really, I'm just so excited for these guys. I really want the best for them. I really want things to work out for them and them to reach new heights. But anyway, thank you for watching. I feel like I said everything I needed to say in the beginning of this episode. Right now, I'm running late to a barbecue that I'm supposed to go to because it's a beautiful, hot, sunny, 85-degree Sunday here in LA. And I'm going to DC tomorrow night, and it's going to be freezing. Well, if you're watching this on Monday, tonight I'm flying out. And my mom's like, yeah, it's like 37 degrees out there in Virginia and DC and the DMV. And I'm like, why am I leaving sunny, warm LA? Like, I'm sweating right now. You can't see. I'm in this tiny apartment with no AC. Actually, that funny thing, that was going to be one of our, like, some people can see some, depending on the camera angle. Like, I have a mirror right here with, like, all the scribble. And people always tell me, like, it's unprofessional to have, like, a dirty one. I don't give a shit. But anyway, we have, like, we were jotting down a lot of names on this mirror and for our podcast. And one of the names was no AC. That's because I don't have an air conditioner here. So in the summer when it gets hot, we just suffer. And I'm suffering right now. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. Follow the apartment on Facebook. Tweet Asif, follow him too, and tell him that he's trash. And I don't know who's next. I really hope my people get back to me for next week. I hope I have a guest. Okay, I'm gonna just be straight up. I'm trying to get Mehdi Hassan and Keith Ellison. Those are like the two guys I was trying to get for DC. My contact with Mehdi Hassan just like start ignoring me. Cool. And the communications person, if you're out there and you're watching this, please email me back, man. I've sent you like 3 emails. Please email me back. So if we can get that happening by like in the next 24 hours, if I hear back from them, we'll have an episode for you on Monday. If not, no episodes this week, but next week, the week after, whatever. Expect something like towards the end of March. We have a great podcast discussion. He's not a YouTuber. He's an author. He's a professor at UC Irvine, and we're going to really dive into some deep shit, and I'm excited for that. Watch last week's episode, or last week's, I'm so used to saying that. Watch our previous episodes with Katie Don and Meechon Mars. Meechon, really, Demetrius, really 2 cool, hilarious creators. So check them out. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. On our subscribe page. It's on the YouTube. It's like the little bell on YouTube mobile, and on the desktop. And if you're on SoundCloud and iTunes, I don't know how that works, but check back. Thank you guys. I think that's it. Bye. Am I picking his boogers? Okay, I'm done. Usually I have a producer to hit stop, but I'm going to have to hit stop and walk over. I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to have to walk over like a loser. Why has my team abandoned me? Why are you still watching this? Why are you still listening? You should have just like cut it off. Like, okay, I'm gone now.